It's a dual alternating drain field. You got one drain field on this side that was a repair, and then it looks like you may have the original on the front side, or vice versa. I don't know which one was the actual drain field. I have to look at the paperwork. But I see a couple of things going on out here. Just got out here. I ain't never been out here at this place before. Lady called me and said they had a issue with the water surfacing out here, and the county gave them till Thursday to get something done to it. So I come out here to check it out. But just off of getting here, I've been here about 15-20 minutes and checking a couple things. Number one, I see the floats in the pump tank are set with a 2-foot gap. So that means they're pumping 2 foot of water out of the tank at one time, and that's probably way too much for this type of system over here. I have to figure up the numbers and see exactly how much they are pumping. But if I ain't mistaken, that's I have to measure that pump tank. I know they got a 1,500 gallon septic tank, 1,000 gallon grease trap, and I ain't exactly sure about the pump tank. If it's at least 1,000, it might be more. But they also got some issues going on with the drain field itself. They've got a lot of dips and a lot of holes out here for rainwater to collect and sit in. The water can't, run away from the drain field. Yeah, I can see an indentation on just about every drain field line out here, on the back side and on the front side. And it runs down to a V right here in the middle where all your drain lines connect together. So they got some issues going on out here with grading too. So I see a couple different things just off of being here. So I'm gonna do a couple more checks, and we're gonna see if we can figure out what's going on. In this one spot is a busted gate valve. So when the pump come on, it's just blowing sewage water out here on the ground. So we're going to end up replacing it with a different type of valve. We didn't have a specific gate valve like they got here, but that's a small 1.5-inch gate valve anyway. So we're just going to replace it with a ball valve that you can still open and close. And all this one here is it's just to open and shut. There's no kind of stand pipes or anything out here where they're trying to gauge. And even if they were, they're way off to start with, because they're dumping over 500-600 gallons of water out here at the time, based on where them floats are set in that switch. So it's nowhere near being equal any way you look at it. What I'm gonna end up doing here, cutting this off a little bit more. That old PVC fairly clean. Like you don't have any problems with it sticking. In that other bag right there. you got unions, you have to be kind of precise on your fittings because you ain't got a whole lot of place. Just there and mark it where I think we need to be at. So the thing about test fitting here, sometimes you got to know which fitting you need to put on there first. I need to make sure that when I put this fitting here in there, it's going to fit. So once I put that glue on it, I don't have time to be playing around with it, pulling it back off, testing it. I need to make sure when I put it on there, it's ready to go. So I know for a fact that I'm gonna have one straight in on the end of this T here, so I can go ahead and glue it. Go ahead and push it in there and glue it where I want it. Then what I want to do is I want to come here and I want to test fit this one on there where it needs to be at. Which is here. Okay. I don't know where it needs to be. If I got one of them orange hammers and rubber hammers on that truck, I took it off. Alright, so I go ahead and make me a mark where I want it at. I got me a mark. That way I know when I line these up, when I line that mark up, it's glued exactly where I had it at. That's what I want. Some of them you have to glue multiple fittings together and then put them on there. Be scared to put your glue on it. Make sure you got a good amount on there. and hold it for about at least 30, 45 seconds just to make sure. That should be good enough. What to do, come over here on the other side. Move our stuff over here so we don't knock it over. This pipe here's got a little lean to it. It don't really matter because we can turn the pipe where we need it. So what I'm gonna do to start with is I'm gonna get me a straight edge across here. Well, I feel like my 90 would be at. I need about a little bit, a ½ inch longer. Just give me a spare piece here. Estimate me a ½ inch, 3/4. We'll whack it off right here. Get all that burr mess off of there. And this ain't a piece I'm gonna use right yet. This is just a test piece. Get me a straight line on. One cut.
And your wood.
Got my piece here. I need to get me a 90 mark. Got a different burr. 2-inch 90 here. Go ahead and mark it. I need it. Tell you what. Let's do this. Let a mark right here. Let's do this. Let's cut it off right there. Here. If I put that there, it's not going to work. I'm out too far. Even if I put it as close as I can get it, it's still not going to work. I can't bring that pipe out. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do something different. I'm going to have to move that pipe around. How many 90s you got on that truck? I don't have enough space to do what I need to do here. What we're going to do, we're going to size it down from 1.5 inches. I mean from 2 inch back to 1.5 inches. Right here, that's what we're going to do. We got 1.5 inches going, we got 1.5 inches, a 2-inch ball valve has only got 1.5 inches inlet in it to start with. So it don't matter how big the outlet is, the ball is always going to be smaller. So we've got 1.5 inch inside diameter pipe here. We'll go in the 2 inch right here. As soon as it drops in. chop it into two. That's why you always buy extra crap when you go to the plumbing supply place, because most of the time you're going to need a little more than what you bargained for, and if you go ahead and get you a little extra, you ain't got to quit what you're doing and run back up here. You waste an hour or more. So, look on the inside of these ball valves, the actual ball itself is only about an inch and a half anyway. We got tape with it.
Bring it out here.
Like this. Right there on your leg. You need 9.5. 9.5 is going to be right there back here. When you look at the feet. What we want to do is just get a mark. Just to make one will be at. I'll go ahead and take this loose here. Always make sure that rubber seal stays in there. It's easy to come out and get lost. Especially if you're messing around in a pump tank. The sucker will come out of there and be down in the bottom of that pump tank before you know it. Look inside of there, you can see that that ball is only 1.5 inches. They call it a 2-inch because it's a 2-inch outlet here, but that ball is only 1.5 inches. to do, I want to test fit it. want to do is just let that dry a few minutes before I start pulling on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here. We're going to go ahead and pump this tank out. We're going to set these floats where they need to be at. So throw your hoses back up on the truck. While this is drying, let's go fix that. Might get done. I don't want to be playing in the mud talking. I don't like playing in the mud. Dang this mud. See this mud? Dang this mud. You need to wrap this mess up and get on up out of here. I've got places to be instead of digging around in dookie. Time to roll. Let's hit the road here. Let's cover this mess up and get out of here. We got it straightened out. What we ended up doing was we found a busted gate valve. We found the floats were set too far apart. They had a float set with a 2-foot lead on them. That's way too much water. We found a plug over here in a manifold that was loose, shooting out water. And basically, we just reclaimed everything, got it back the way it needed to be. We checked it, made sure there ain't nothing leaking. They've got some grading issues going on over here where when it rains, they got a lot of water that's able to sit out here in the drain field and soak down in the ground. But that's something that needs to be took care of down the road. But as far as the immediate concern of sewage coming up out of the ground, we've got to stop temporarily for now, unless they've got something going on with the drain field out there. It looks like both lines or both drain fields are green. But normally when you turn one off, you don't see this green grass on top of the drain field that's not getting any effluent to it. So they may have had something going where they were actually feeding all of everything at one time. And that defeats the purpose of having a dual alternating drain field, because if you've got something going on, you can't cut one off and start fresh with another one. So anytime you come behind somebody else's stuff, you basically trying to figure out what somebody did before you got there the best you can, just by clues and what you can see. And that's what it's telling me. It's the first time I've been out here to this site, and we've got it. The initial problem where they had the problem with the inspector saying they had to get it fixed right here at the manifolds. We've got to take care of. And basically that's it. We're gonna cover it up. We're gonna hit the highway.